Yeah. Sean, what's up?
Stigmatism, man, what's up? Do anything.
Okay. What is it, man?
Stigmatism in my soul.
Okay. You got it, man?
Do anything.
Anything?
Anything.
You sure?
Put your mind to it. Do anything.
But what if it's hard, though, man?
If it's hard, it's gonna be hard. If it's easy, it's gonna be easy. It's all about what you think.
Okay, I can dig that. Yeah.
Uh.
Yeah. Love you, Sean.
Me too.
Yeah. Stigmatism in my soul, man. Window cleaner with soul. You see it, you hear it.
Dopest channel.
Dopest channel on YouTube.
You hear it.
Thanks for coming to the channel, y'all. Appreciate y'all.
Shout out
Thank
to
you.
all the subscribers.
Shout out to all the subscribers, man.
Peace.
Peace out. What's up? What's going on, everybody? Live and direct. August the 28th, 2021, 3:28 in the PM. I'm a little early. I know I said I was going live at 3:30, but I like to show up early so I don't miss nothing. What's going on? I want to give a couple shout outs, man. Want to give some shout outs to my man. Hold on a second, y'all. Let me I think Lil Sean walking in here. Hold on, y'all. Stay with me. Don't go nowhere. Want to give some shout outs, man, to my man Daniel Cullen. Signed up for the Patreon channel. Check out my Patreon channel, man. Patreon channel was sold. Let me put that link. I'm going to pin that link up here in the live chat so y'all can see it. There you go, right there. Shout out to Daniel, man, signing up for the Patreon channel. Shout out to my man Hank Ziegler down there in North Carolina. Bought a t-shirt. Appreciate you, Hank. Who else I got to shout out? I think that's about it, right? Welcome to the show. Welcome to the show. This is the Podcast with Soul. My name is Sean G. Today, I want to talk about how you gonna believe in something or someone that you can't see more than you believe in yourself. How you gonna believe in something more, something that you can't see more than you believe in yourself, and you can see yourself. You can see yourself looking back at yourself from the mirror. You with yourself every day, all day. I'm going to go hard today. Y'all already know. I ain't scared of y'all. Not at all. And this is a buffoonery-free zone. If you enter into the buffoonery, you on the wrong channel. And I need you to check me out. And let me qualify and let me preface everything that I'm getting ready to say. Let me qualify and let me preface. If this rubs you the wrong way, you don't agree or disagree, then fine. If you cool with it and you can dig it, fine. If you ain't got no opinion one way or the other, fine. I've read a great deal of the religious texts, major religious texts of the world. I've read the Quran, parts of it. Not all of these books I haven't read in their entirety, but I've perused them, read through them, read parts of them. I read the Quran, the Bhagavad Gita, the Torah, the Bible, the Tao Te Ching, Lao Tzu's I Ching, the Kabbalion, read major philosophers, the sayings of Marcus Aurelius, Martin Heidegger, Socrates, Plato, Aristotle. And I did all of this, to try to answer some questions, right? I was in search of the answer. I was in search of the answer, the exact answer that was going to solve my confusion. And I was comfortable with my confusion because I was asking questions about what was the meaning of existence. What are we doing here? What is this all about? Is it about waking up at 8:30, taking a shower, brushing your teeth, eating out, getting your cup of coffee, butter roll, going to a place, working 7-8 hours, driving home, taking your clothes off, watching TV, eating, going to sleep, and getting up and I wanted to know, is that what this is all about? So I began a quest. I used to go to Barnes and Nobles and sit in I would go in Barnes and Nobles and sit in there in the aisle on the floor and just read. I'm very intelligent. I'm very smart. I'm handsome. I look good. I'm amazing. I'm a scholar. I'm all of that shit. Y'all know my other part of my story too. You know all of that. Convicted felon, drug addict, alcoholic. Been to jail, been to prison, all that. You know all that too. That's a part of my story too. Don't leave that part out. Tell the whole story. Don't leave that part out. Don't leave out the bad part. Don't leave out the bad part. Tell it all. Tell it all. If you're going to tell it all. And, reading all these books that I just mentioned and studying all these different philosophers, Epictetus, The Art of Worldly Wisdom, The Art of War, Niccolo Machiavelli, The Prince, Niccolo Machiavelli, The Discourses, Miyamoto Musashi's A Book of Five Rings, The Art of War by Swin. Reading all of these books in this quest to discover meaning. And after doing all of that, never finding it. And that's cool. But the one underlying theme, the underlying tone from all of these religious books, all of the philosophers that I read, it always all came back to self. It always all came back to self. And I want to give a shout out to my man Mo. I was in the joint. I was in the federal joint in Morgantown, West Virginia. And Mo was getting ready to go home, and he had moved up the Girard unit. He had got out of the drug program, came up to the Girard unit, was back there in B-Wing with us. And we was up one night. It was after the count. The lights was off. And his bunk was over by the bathroom. And he had a little light coming out of the bathroom. And we was standing there talking. And, I didn't engage, and I still don't engage with buffoonery talk or conversations that lack substance. I like to talk about things that get me high, that float my boat, that fill my cup, that put wind in my sail. And we were standing there, and he said, Sean, he said, man, he wasn't talking to me. He was speaking rhetorically in the third person. Maybe he had discussed this with someone else. And he said, man, I don't understand how people can believe in something else. He said, yeah, you have to believe in God. You have to believe in whatever it is that you believe in. That's fine. But he said, you should always believe more in you, because that thing that you believe in, you can't see it, you can't touch it, but you can see every day.
I said astigmatism in my soul.
How you gonna believe in something or someone that you can't see? Never gonna meet, you can't, more than you believe in yourself. And it made sense to me, man. It was profound to me. Because all of this research I had done all of my life, of going to church with my mother and this and being taught this and being indoctrinated with that and being indoctrinated with this and being indoctrinated with that. None of that ever helped my self-esteem or ever helped my self-confidence. None of that. It didn't engender any kind of self-love. What it really engendered in me was a lot more questions, skepticism, cynicism, doubt in what these people were telling me. Now, I want to be clear. Believe in whatever you believe in. And I don't care what you believe in. I don't care what you believe in. That don't matter to me. You just treat me right. And if you treat me right, I'm going to treat you right. I don't give a fuck what you believe in. Believe in whatever you believe in. That's cool. That's fine. But ask yourself, should you be believing in yourself less than believing in that? Or should you be believing in yourself more than believing in that? Because you can see you. I'm not going to go into the weeds and all around the corner and down the street with what happens in the afterlife and all this. You know what we was told. You know what the dominant position is. The dominant ideology, the dominant propaganda, the dominant indoctrination. That you go somewhere after you leave here and don't nobody know, because ain't nobody never went and came back. Ain't nobody never went and came back, and you ain't never went and came back. And when you go, you ain't coming back. And when I go, I ain't coming back. So I ain't gonna be able to tell you what it is, and you ain't gonna, you don't know. Don't nobody know. Don't nobody know. You got some people professing to know. And then they pass around the goddamn collection plate. Don't nobody know. Don't nobody know. But what we do know, what I do know, is that Sean G is right here on earth, alive and well in this very moment. And I'm looking at this screen. I'm looking at myself in this monitor. I'm looking at you in this camera. And I can see me. I go out of this house, I pick up my keys, I jump in the car, I turn the ignition, I put the car in gear, I make a left turn, I put the blink on, and I drive to the supermarket and get me some milk. I see me doing that. That's me. I have to believe in me. I get up, I go to work, I interact with other human beings, I get involved in situations and circumstances. I can see me. I have to believe in me. And one thing I do know is that believing in me dictates my immediate world. I'm not fucking playing with y'all. Believing in me dictates my immediate world. Having self-esteem impacts my immediate life. Having self-confidence has a direct, instant impact on my existence in this second. That I know. Now let's flip that coin over. Lack of self-esteem, lack of self-confidence, lack of belief in myself has an immediate and detrimental effect on my life in this very second. That's a fact. That's a fact. That's a fact. I got to believe in me more than I believe in anything else. Because I can see me. Right? And I'm a free will person. I believe in our power of free will to make choices using our judgment. right? And I believe in the God within me. And I believe that a great deal of us, more than the majority, we have a God within us, an inner thermometer, an inner scale, where we know right and wrong. You know it. Now, whether we choose to follow that or don't follow that, that's on us. And when my man Mo told me that, you know, it let me know that I was on the right track, because, you know, I've tried many things to try to fix. I've tried many things external to me to try to fix that inner uneasiness inside of me, right? That inner insecurity. And nothing worked until I got the courage to really get down and deal with me, right, on a deep level. On a deep level. I mean, to really and truly accept myself wholly and totally. The good and the bad, all of that shit, my faults, my flaws, my attributes, my bad traits, my good qualities, all of that. And look at it and say, well, this is me. Yep, I did all of that. Yep, today I'm doing this. And when I was able to do that, when I was able to achieve that, that was the beginning of me believing in me. I mean, truly. Excuse me. Shout out to Sean G. God bless you, Sean. I sneezed. I think that's my first time sneezing on this show. Shout out to me. And all of these things I always talk about, man. The positive self-affirmations. The positive self-talk. These talks you got to give yourself. Yeah, I can go and sit down. I can read The Art of Worldly Wisdom by Baltasar Gracian. I can go and read Lao Tzu, the I Ching. I could read the Tao Te Ching. I can read all these religious books, quote scriptures, and do all of that. Go to Bible study, be on the deacon board, pass out food. Go knock on doors, Jehovah's Witness, all of that. I could do all of that. And if I'm not dealing with me, and if I'm not in love with me, and if I'm not true with me, and if I don't accept me on a deep level, none of that don't mean shit. I'm just phony, and I'm propping up. I'm using that as a crutch to prop up, right? And a lot of people, right? A lot of people that are devout, religious people, devout worshipers of whatever they believe in, they try to use that as a lead out to influence you to perceive them in a certain way so that you could put them on a pedestal, but really, they really shaky and insecure. and they ain't got no self-confidence, they fucked up. And some of them do some horrible, horrible stuff. In the cloak, and they're cloaked in this outer garment as like a ruse to hypnotize you. But they can do this and they can quote that and oh, they do this and oh, this and that. But when you look behind the curtain, when you lift up the hood, the outside of the car look good. But when you lift up the hood, they ain't got no oil change. The spark plugs is missing. The fuel injector don't work right. Oil is leaking from the oil pan. The muffler half off. But you can't see that part until you lift up the hood. I gotta believe in me, man. I'm all I got. I'm all I got. Yeah, I got my son, Little Sean. He is me and I am him. But you know what's harsh about life and about nature? You have your daughter, you have your sons, you have your daughter and son. But you know what's harsh about life is that the first law of nature is self-preservation. And we all we got. It's a harsh reality. It's a harsh reality. There's no logic behind it. There's no logic behind nature. The first law of nature is self-preservation. David Andrews, thank you for that super chat, man. Shout out to David Andrews. David, thank you for the coffee, man. I'm all I got. I'm all I got. I'm all I got. You all you got. We all we got. So it would behoove me, and I think it's incumbent upon me to, you see the big words I be using and shit, I got a fucking dope vocabulary, man. I got the dope. Shout out to Sean G for his vocabulary. Shout out to me and my vocabulary. It's incumbent upon me, right? It's my duty, my obligation, and it would behoove me to begin immediately to forgive myself for the wrong things I did to me, to form a new pact with myself, right? Draw up a new agreement with myself, sign it in blue ink so that I know it's an original signature. I'm going to sign it, and the other me going to sign it. We going to sign it. We're going to make an agreement that we're going to love each other from here on out. I'm talking to me. This is me and the old me and the new me. I'm going to make a new agreement that we're going to love each other from here on out. I'm going to treat me right from here on out. I'm going to believe in me from here on out. That's the best thing I could do for me. Right? And to cut myself some slack, to give myself a break, right? And to congratulate me when I have good days. Try to make that my default response to myself instead of always running down on me. Letting my default response to myself be how unlucky I am, how unfortunate I am, how don't nothing work for me. Oh, I was like this, and oh, I was raised over here, and oh, this ain't right. And constantly running down on me. Probably some of us was taught to do that. We grew up in situations where that was common. And you got to relearn. I got to relearn. I got to throw out a lot of the shit I was taught. I got to throw that a lot of that shit got to go in the trash can. You know, I was talking to somebody and I was telling them how I remember getting to a certain age and then looking around, because when you're a child, you're very impressionable, right? And if somebody's a grown up or an adult, you by default and automatically yield to them. They could tell you to do something and you do it because you're a child and they're an adult. But then as you grow up and when you become an adult and then you come back and you go around these same adults that used to raise you, that used to hold authority over you, you realize that they weren't that bright. Because you can look at them now. You an adult, they're an adult, and you look at them and say, man, they not that bright. And this person used to raise me, used to keep me, you know, and told me some things as a child that I began to believe that I was living my life according to. But that shit is wrong as a motherfucker, what they told me. It's a hell of a thing. And that is your beginning of independence. That is your beginning of independence when you begin to believe and know that it's up to you to form your own perceptions. And you have to reject a lot of the stuff you was told that wasn't right and exact. Or maybe that these people had limited knowledge. Maybe you've surpassed them in terms of understanding. Maybe you've surpassed them in terms of intelligence and reason and judgment. And what they told you growing up, right, only got you as far as they were, right? Because what they knew only got them so far. So if you continue to believe what they told you, then you only gonna go so far. So in order to keep moving, you gotta goddamn do more. You gotta invest more in yourself, and then you look back and you say, "Wow, I'm glad I got rid of them thoughts, man, and that ideology. What they told me." You know, and you got to begin to rely, you know, I got to begin to rely on myself. I got to begin to believe in me. That's super important. That's super important. No, I don't understand everything that goes on. Hit that like button, y'all. I got 32 of y'all in here. It's only 25 likes up there. What's up with that? I don't understand. I'm just as clueless as you about the meaning of life. What this is all about. You know, I have my opinion. I think it's about love. I think it's about procreation. You know, having my son has brought a whole new discovery of myself out. You know, I've been introduced to a side of me that I knew never existed as a result of my son being born. So I think procreation It's definitely one of the reasons. I mean, I really don't know. You know, do I think it's about all of this nonsense that we see on the TV, on the social media? No. That can't be the meaning. That can't be why I'm here. You know, there's got to be something deeper. But I do know that peace of mind comes from love of self, and chaos and confusion comes from self-hatred. I've experienced both. I've been at both ends. I've been at the polar ends of both. The principle of polarity. I've been at both ends of the spectrum, from self-hatred to self-love and everywhere in between. And it's better with self-love. And with self-love comes in believing in yourself. Not saying you don't got to believe in what you believe in. I don't care what you believe in. But you got to believe in you too. You can see you every day. You live with you every day. All day. All day. Even when you're not with your kids, even when you with your kids, you with you. When you're not with your kids, you with you. You always with you. When you're not with your wife, you with you. When you're not with your husband, you with you. So you got to believe in you. It has a direct impact on your life in the here and now, in the moment. A direct impact when you love yourself. And a direct impact when you hate yourself. Nobody don't want to talk about this because, you know, this is the fly nigga talk right here. Everybody ain't got the balls to go deep like this because there's a lot of fear involved. It's easy to get on social media. It's easy to make YouTube videos about celebrities. It's easy to talk about this and talk about that, but it's extremely, extremely harrowing, daunting, and it brings terror to a lot of people to talk about themselves. To talk about themselves. Because they've been running from themselves their whole motherfucking life. Trying to be something other than who they really are. That's a heavy burden. David Andrew, Sean, what did you think of The Pursuit of Happiness? Will Smith played Chris Gardner. It was a dope movie, man. That dude's got a dope story. I read his book. I read the Pursuit of Happiness book. That was the first book I read when I got to the joint. Way deeper than the movie. Hell of a story. Guy went from nothing to something by believing in himself. By believing in himself. It's not easy. It's not easy. You're going to get some punches on the chin. You know, I'm going through something right now, you know, where I'm having to dig deep. Don't put Sean G on no pedestal, man. Don't you put me on no pedestal. Fool him, devil. Don't put me on no pedestal. I ain't nothing but a YouTuber. That's all I do. You know, I'm going through something right now where I'm having to dig deep. You know, my metal is being tested. You know, confidence shaken. But I'm going to be all right. I'm going to be all right. Hit that like button for me, y'all. Hit that like button. Trucker Ron, people are afraid to face themselves. Speaking on these issues is a show of true strength and character. If you want to get better, if you want to have a better relationship with yourself, then you got to dig deep. You got to dig deep. You know? And it's not going to be easy. You know, and while you're doing it, you're going to be going through all of the feelings, all of the emotions. And that's when you really got to get down for your crown, because feeling all that will make you run and say, nah, I don't want to do that. I don't want to look at that. I don't want to look at that. That's too deep for me. And you punk out. And then you go back to being who you was rather than changing. Now your self-esteem is even lower. Now your confidence is even lower. Now your self-love or self-like then all the way went to self-hatred because you done let yourself down again. You got to develop a relationship with yourself, man. Hit that like button, y'all. It's 31 likes, man. Put me on 40. Shout out to all 43 of y'all in this room, man. Shout out to y'all. I put the link at the top, man, for the Patreon channel with Soul. The Patreon channel with Soul. So y'all make sure y'all subscribe to my Patreon channel. Yeah, man. You know. And see, one thing's for sure. One thing's for sure is that we all getting up out of here. We all getting up out of here. So there's no reason to play it safe. There's no reason to be cautious. Because 139 years from now, nobody's going to care about none of this. Everybody that's in this live, me and everybody we see today, will be out of here. And it won't mean anything. It won't mean anything. So there's really no reason to go through life with all these fears and being cautious. A lot of this shit we was taught. Childhood trauma, dysfunctional families, bad situations, foster care, group homes, adopted, put back in foster care, readopted by another family. They don't like us, put us back, get adopted by. Some of us got a lot of these stories to tell, man, and those situations have directly impacted our lives and how we view life and the current and real circumstances that we going through. Look at this clown in the look at this clown in the thing, man. Look at this guy in the live chat. My man, if you think that bothers me, homeboy, you on the wrong show, man. That don't bother me, man. Your girl love me. Your girl love me. You gotta, you gotta deal with that stuff, man. You gotta deal with that stuff. you can't just keep like running from who you are and your reality. You got to deal with your reality. Look at this clown, man. Look at this clown. Hang niggas. Look at what he's saying. My man. You got the wrong dude for that. My mind too strong for that. See, it's weak suckers like this. This is let's use this guy as a lesson, man. He's probably somewhere in some basement masturbating 3-4 times a day. Right? Probably drunk or high right now. Life in the trash can. Life in the dumpster. Scared of women, scared of life. Wouldn't dare say none of this to my face. Wouldn't dare approach me. My man, send me an email. Send me an email at thepodcastwassold@gmail.com. You that's on here saying hang niggas. Send me an email. I'm going to call you. Put your phone number in there. I'm going to call you. And we're going to meet up. We're going to meet up. Mano y mano, man to man, face to face. And you can probably express yourself a lot better to me, to my face, than hiding behind a tree on a YouTube live chat. Sucker. See, you can't let people's perception of you, people's words get you off your square. You can't do that. You cannot do that. Because when you succumb to that, you give them the power. You give them the power. And you got to always retain your power. You got to always maintain your cool. You don't let nobody pull you out your tree. You don't let your girl pull you out your tree. You don't let your wife pull you out your tree. You don't let your homeboy pull you out your tree. You don't let no stranger pull you out your tree. You come out your tree when you want to. When somebody knows that they can do something or say something to get a reaction out of you, they own you. They own you. You are theirs. You are their possession. They can move you like a bishop on a chessboard. You got to maintain your dome. Your dome is yours to keep. You don't let nobody get in your dome. You don't let nobody get in your dome. This is a left brain activity, man. You have the right brain, which is your artistic side, and you have the left brain, which is your analytical side. You got to activate both brains in this world. You don't let nobody pull you out your tree, man. You be cool. If they really a bad motherfucker, if they really want it, if they really serious, they put their hands on you. But all that talk from over there, across the street over there, yeah, all right, I hear you. I hear you, but here I go. Here I go. What's up? You know? Knowing who you are. Knowledge of self. Knowledge of self. What did KRS once say? When you know who you really are, peace and knowledge shines like a star. I've only showed you a simple fact. It takes a nation of millions to hold us people back. You gotta have knowledge of self. When you know who you are, nobody can control your narrative. You control your narrative. You tell the world who you are. When you know who you are. Yo, Sean, I remember, man. Remember you used to get high. You used to get high back in the 80s, man. Remember you Yeah, that was me, but I don't do that no more. It's a different narrative now. Oh, the last time you saw me was 1985? Yeah, well, back then in 85, I was doing that. I was smoking dust. I was tripping off mescaline in 85, but I don't do that. I ain't got high in 30 years. It's a new narrative. Let me show you who I am now. Let me explain to you. You got time? Let me tell you who I am. Let me bring you up to speed. So you don't allow them to bring you back and treat you as though it was still 1985 or who they knew. I was a child then. I'm a man now. It's different. You know? It's Akuma. You gotta dig yourself, man. Ethan Esquivel, what's up, man? So yeah, man, that's what I wanted to get down on today, man. You know, believe in yourself more than you believe in anything else. My new book is out, Volume 3, Stigmatism in My Soul. Go on my website, gunbypublishing.bigcartel.com, get a copy. Stizzy's in the building. Shout out to Stizzy. Thank you for that super chat. This is a buffoonery-free zone. This is a buffoonery-free zone. Mental illness is real. Shout out to David Andrews, man. I see you, man. It's Akuma. My whole crew in here. I appreciate y'all for coming through. Share this link, man. Take this link and share it. Shout out to the clown that gave me a thumbs down. Shout out to you. Weak boy. Shout out to you. You know where I'm at. You want to see me, you come and see me. We don't got to do this on the online. I don't do that. I grew up in the 80s. You want to see me, you come see me. You know where I'm at. You know exactly where I'm at. Sean G on the mic, man. We're going to get ready to get up out of here. I appreciate everybody for coming through. Subscribe to the Patreon channel with Soul. Shout out to everybody that bought books. Update on the books, man. The books are going to be here, I think, next week. I already ordered them. They'll be here next week. As soon as they get in, I'm going to start shipping them out. So definitely by the end of September, you will have your book if you've already bought a book, man. Quadrex, what's up, man? What's going on, man? Shout out to you. What else going on, man? Question and answer, man. Anybody got anything they want to ask me, man? Last couple minutes. Stizzy out in Brooklyn. I see you, man. It's Akuma. What's up? It's good, man. Everything good. You know what it is. Bane 622. What's going on with you? Who's gonna play me in the movie? I don't know, man. Somebody. I don't know. We can get to that part. When we get there, we'll figure it out. Probably Lil Sean, right? Lil Sean probably could do it best. Obadiah, thoughts on no fap. It's a good thing. Makes you stronger, man. Mentally, physically, all the way around. Blessed Tone in the building. Get you good money all the way around. All right, y'all. Listen, I'm gonna get up out of here. Appreciate y'all coming through, man. I'm probably go live again tomorrow, man. So I'll see y'all tomorrow. All right, peace. Yeah. Sean, what's up?
Stigmatism, man, what's up? Do anything.
Okay. What is it, man?
Stigmatism in my soul.
Okay. You got it, man?
Do anything.
Anything?
Anything.
You sure?
Put your mind to it. Do anything.